video is about adding, and this is a little technique that I'm using right now, and it's kind of effective. So basically, when again we are dealing with something that is triggering us or a negative thought, we want not only to spiral. So, as I said before, the first thing that we have to gather and the first thing that we need to do is pause. So, be aware that we are feeling a certain thing and try to take a pause, try to rest as much as possible. Then we want to move on towards a more neutral or positive state. And you do that with your thoughts, not only with your body. Of course, you can move your body. There are various ways that even physical movement can actually help you. But in the mind, we need at first to stop, be aware of what is happening, and then try to move towards a more neutral, positive position. So we can add something, and we must add a thought that serves us in that particular situation. We don't want to challenge the negative thought, as I said in another video. So when you challenge it or when you fear it, you're giving it attention. So we want to add something to pivot something. We want something to take our attention just a little bit away, just a little bit towards something that is a little bit better. Okay, and we do it by adding. You can do it by visualizing, you can do it by just simply repeating a phrase or finding something physical to anchor yourself and then try to think something like a mantra. I don't know, if you can have anything that can be somewhat held, you can actually use not only the physical stimulation, but also a mental stimulation, something that grounds you, something that makes you more present and that can also make you go towards a more positive state. So, for example, you can actually have a stream of negative thoughts and then pause for a second and add a thought of your choice. Think about it as a buffet. So when you are thinking, especially in a depressive episode, of course, the thoughts just come. They just come. You feel like shit and they just come. But, as I said before, you have always the power to choose. Whenever you get a moment in which you can breathe, in which you can pause, try to add something. Even the most silly, the most full of bullshit thought that you can actually add. But the most important thing is to add an ingredient to the recipe. Okay? If you add something that is different from the vibration of the thoughts, from the stream of thoughts, your attention goes there. And from that just little piece, okay, you can start to climb up the emotional scale, because that's what we want to do. We want to think better and feel better whenever possible. So just add a thought that can help you, whatever it is. You can think about, I don't know, a pink dog wearing sunglasses. You can think of a talking toilet. You can think of whatever the hell you want. The most important thing is to break the pattern. And once you have added that first thought, just continue to add things to that thought, independently of what they are. So you thought about the pink dog, think about his green cat friend, think about how the pink dog goes around catching balls, think about how the pink dog would react if he sees a giant, I don't know, giraffe wearing a costume for Halloween, whatever the hell you want. The first thing that you need to do is to add something that keeps you away from the train of thought. And then once you have stabilized yourself to a neutral, okay, or less depressive state, you then, when you have your mind a little bit more cold, a little bit settled down, you can actually start to introduce more neutral and more positive thoughts. But just add whatever the fuck you want when you have the possibility. And if you are in the middle of a crisis, add something that will actually pivot your attention towards something else. Try it and let me know how it works.